Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and you have had a good week so far. Um, it's been a long week and it's just Wednesday. So, so excited to get to Friday. But I'm just going to go ahead and jump into this week's reflection on this book is Anti-Racist by Tiffany Jewell. I really love this little book. I actually went to check it out at the library. I am old school. I am old school, and I just need something in my hand. And so, um, just getting the book, my daughter calling, getting the book, and just going reading through it and going through the exercises was really eye opening. Let me back up. I love the book, love the illustrations, like the vibrant colors, and the pictures. I'm a visual learner, so anything that I can look at, it just brings me in. So just helps pull me in to the material. But just a couple of notes. I know we did a couple of the exercises early on in the semester, so a lot of the other exercises I did was towards the end. But I really wanted to talk about the part where she talks about beauty and how light and fair skinned individuals, um, light and fair skin is like better than darker skin. And that used to be a really big thing back in the day. um that's what you saw in magazines, in movies and TV, um that white was better, you know and dark was not. And she went on to tell the story about her, having her curls, and her mom taking her to the salon to get her hair straightened, and how like they just cause so much pain. And pain is beauty, like they say. But um I remember this, like, I think, like, I started getting relaxers when I was like little, like I think like 5, 6 years old. um so I don't ever remember my hair being like natural um until I became an adult. Actually, I've only been natural for maybe 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. um and yeah, it wasn't a thing. Like, you know, everybody wanted the long silky hair. I was actually reading a book for my children's materials class called Genesis Begins Again. I can't remember the authors, Alicia Williams maybe. But it's a really good book. Black girl is the main character, teenager, and she's really dealing with um, how she looks. Her mom is very light skinned and her dad is dark, and she is dark, and she's just questioning why didn't she like her mom. And then the way that her grandmother treated her was different because she was not light skinned. And it just takes us through all those things. Like, she was getting lemons or something, I can't really remember, and scrubbing her skin so that she would become lighter, using her mom's makeup to make her look lighter. And so it's a real thing. I remember even, when I was little, using towels, using the towels to like put around my hair when me and my cousins would play, because we wanted long straight hair, and so we used towels to yeah, portray that. But yeah, and now I love that everybody has started to embrace, um natural hair, natural curls. Um, this back in the day would be called like bad hair or nappy hair. Um, but now it's like the nappier, the better. I love it, and I don't think I would ever go back to using chemicals to like relax my hair. So yeah, we still got a ways to go. And then also she in the opening the window section, where she told the story about how her teacher was telling them about her son's school, her two blonde sons. School, their school experience, like all the field trips they were going on, all the resources that they had available to them, how inviting and welcoming their the classroom setup was. She knew nothing about that because at their school they didn't have that. And it just made me think about the TED talk with Miss Sumner, the teacher, and how she was privileged to go to a school an hour away and have those things, but the school that she was teaching at, her students didn't have that. She had to reach out and ask for donations to get new books for her students. So yeah, I just, how the teacher just made them feel less than, and she kept using the word powerless. And as a child, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. An adult making a child feel like they're nothing, pretty much. And then she also talked about how, the teacher mistreated them. And like the example she was giving, it just made me think about, it didn't sound like a classroom, like it sounded like a prison, the way that she was treating them. So I just felt, my heart went out to her on that. This book is amazing. It's not like a long read, and the exercises really like makes you reflect and think about who you are as a person. Really think about, like, for me, it really has made me think about my history. And in the section where she talked about history, and one of the activities was to knowing your family history, and like talk about the stories, like tell some of the stories that you were told and some of the stories that you weren't told. And that made me really think about I've said a couple of times, my dad's from Haiti. And growing up, it was hard being Haitian American in the community I'm from. We were bullied, and it just wasn't a thing. And so when she in that exercise, we talked about, write down the stories that you weren't told. It made me think about, like, I don't know my dad's story. I never i never knew why he decided to come here. I know, they come because they want a better life, but I've never had the opportunity to talk to my dad to ask him, why did you come, and how did he come. The joke was, back in the day, everybody came over on a banana boat. I don't know how my dad came. I don't know if he came on a boat or a plane, or I don't know. I've never, all these years, like, I'm 45, and I still to this day don't know. And I don't think I would, I would never ask. Maybe now, I guess. But I just never thought to ask him. Um, and but I can say, like, from one of the teachers at my high school, and she became one of the assistant principals, and she told me that she remembered when my dad came, and he signed up for night school because he could not speak English. And so she remembered him coming. She said he was really, like, smart guy, and he was like, he wanted to know, like he wanted to know more. She said like he would stay after class, and sometimes like he started coming to the school during the day, and that's how he met my mom. So she did tell me that, and my mom has told me the same story, but um, it would be nice to know like that history. Um, what what prompted him to want to come, you know, to the United States. So, um, yeah, it's this book, talking about microaggressions, and just don't think about those things on a daily. But this book has just opened up so many thoughts, and just reflective moments for me that um, I can talk about, not only, you know, with my colleagues, but like with my family too. It's prompted some deep conversations with my cousins, and my aunt, just wanted to know more about, my family, and about who we are, and um, how they feel about their identities, and this whole concept of intersectionality, like what does that mean to them, you know so yeah, I really enjoyed the book. I think I'm probably going to buy my own copy just to have, because I've renewed it twice from the library. So yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's 20 lessons on how to wake up, take action, and do the work. And that was another thing too. There was a activity in there. Um, if your anti-racist toolkit, what's in it? What's gonna be in it? Mine, of course, I said like a notebook, pen, um, maybe a recorder. Uh, my phone always is gonna be with me because I'm gonna record. Um, just remembering talking points. Um, just if situations arise, just those kind of things. So this book is really great. I would recommend it to anybody, and yeah, I see why it was a New York Times bestseller. So I hope you enjoyed my takeaways, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.